The Frozen North, episode 90.
E3 2016. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 90 of the Frozen North Gaming Podcast. My name is JJ, and I'm here with three friends of mine. Mark.
Howdy-yo! My name is Mark, as you just heard, and I'm excited to be here for our E3 episode. And next to me is...
Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm very excited.
Supercharged.
Supercharged.
Ready to
Brian.
talk
Now
about
I'm not
E3.
supercharged
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm trying to sap Mark's energy a little bit.
Brian
Bring
was
him down a little.
disappointed by E3, apparently.
No, actually, yeah, a little bit.
What?
If you're on, not as many announcements that I was. I mean, obviously, I have a top 5 of cool announcements, but not as many as I would have liked. Like a lot of the conferences didn't. They had maybe one or two things that I was like, cool, and then maybe one thing that I was like, whoa. But overall, I just didn't especially the PC conference. That was very bleh to me.
I didn't even know there was one this year.
Yeah, the same deal over on that other location with good old Day 9.
Yeah, Day 9's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you. And joining us once again, because, you know what? He was my E3 bro. Brandon.
Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, man.
I was excited to be at E3.
We had a good time.
We had a blast.
A lot of video games during the day, and then we watched a lot of HGTV at
Man,
the hotel.
I
my
love
God.
some HGTV.
We
Oh,
did.
my God.
Guilty pleasure. I
Home
actually
and
enjoyed
garden
it.
television.
Man, you get so many
you know what?
ideas.
For what? Your apartments?
I was gonna say, fun fact.
Wow, Mark. Way to look down on us.
Man.
I have an apartment.
Way to
too,
look
man.
down on us, Jim.
I'm trying to have dreams here.
Fun fact: I am the only one in this room with a house, and I hate home and garden TV.
I love it. I get so many ideas. I'm making a coffee table right now, Mark,
Why?
because it's fun.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Accept it.
HGTV.
Mark is he's looking us down at us from his ivory tower.
Oh, please.
Man.
The last half hour, you guys are just looking down on me. It's just when you hit the record
Prove
button,
it.
it turns around.
We have done nothing of the sort.
It didn't happen.
Oh, man. As you heard, we are here to talk about E3 today, and we got some stories. It's probably going to be a longer episode because we got so much to talk about because Brandon and I were there, and we got some stuff to tell, like the story of Ghost 1, which still
Ghost
makes me
1.
clench my fists.
Oh, my God.
But why don't we get into what we've been playing, though? Brian, start us off.
Witcher 3 a while back, and then stupidly. So I'm trying to get through Hearts of the Storm. Oh, as soon as the DLC came out, the last DLC, Blood and Wine, I was like, I'm going to replay on New Game Plus through the whole game, beat the game, started Hearts of Stone. Then I was really dumb, and I bought Overwatch. And it was kind of like, you know how a car sputters out and stops? That was exactly like my Witcher playing. I plan on playing a lot of The Witcher today and tomorrow, but also just a metric ton of... I'm almost level 40 on Overwatch.
Woo.
Yep.
Is that good?
Yep.
Okay.
That's like mini games.
I'm like level 11.
Yep. The good news is the experience that you need from level to level doesn't really change.
I think we've all been playing Overwatch.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a bit. Brian, you and I have been on pretty much every night this week so far, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, it's woo. That's all I can say.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mark, what about you?
I've been playing Overwatch.
Is
that it?
I wasn't going to buy it, and then everybody bought it, and nobody could shut up about it.
I think you bought it because Brian had said, I don't think this is your type of game, Mark. And
Which-
you're
that's not what happened.
It's not type of game.
Which I was
What
surprised.
happened was, you guys and other people I know that were separate from that were all talking about it, and I was like, I guess I'll actually get on something when it's current for once.
Good call.
I mean, I should have known better. Mark does like CSGO, and it's while it's not like
And I like
CSGO,
Team Fortress a lot.
it's still very fast paced, and unforgiving. So I just, at first glance, it's like, it's really fast paced and twitchy. I was like, I'm not quite sure how Mark will take to it, but man, Mark loves it.
There's so many characters.
Yeah.
You're bound to find someone you like.
Yeah, I think that's the brilliance of Overwatch is Team Fortress. If you don't have, or not Team Fortress, CSGO, if you don't have great aim, you're probably not going to do well. But in Overwatch, there are characters that require no aim whatsoever, like Winston, Reinhardt, Torbjorn. You don't really need that like pinpoint aiming that you would on games like typical first-person shooters. So it's a wide audience can join and pick their favorite character.
And there's a very vibrant support class.
Oh yeah, the
There's
support
like
class.
4 or 5 characters in that.
Well, Symmetra does not count as a support. I will refuse. She can give you a 75 hit point shield.
Yeah, it's kind of a stretch.
She's more of a defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. Probably got a good 15 hours in that.
No Final Fantasy 9?
Nope.
Man, cutting it close.
I was going to play it this weekend, and then I heard we had an extra week.
Typical Mark.
Typical. I love it, dude. Hey, you're Brianing it up, right?
I have to play Overwatch, JJ.
You haven't been playing Overwatch that much.
What?
You've been playing more than I thought you would. But you haven't
Yeah,
been playing
come
it.
on. Level 20.
Typical.
That's not bad.
It's cute.
It's cute.
That's adorable.
I'm 25. It's not that much
Yeah.
better. I have been playing, other than the games we played at E3, which we'll get into a little later. Overwatch, obviously, and then little Bravely Second. Still chugging along on that. I got like 4 more jobs left to unlock, but I'm very close to the end of the game. And then Final Fantasy IX. I have been playing because I'm supposed to be Mark.
Hi.
And then my off time, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy XI, and actually I watched the World of Warcraft movie and decided to go ahead and, because it gave me the bug again, I reactivated my WoW account and made a Dwarf Warrior named McBurger.
Yeah.
So I did that.
McBurger.
Nice.
McBurger.
I wonder how many WoW characters got created named Torbjorn now.
Oh, dude.
How many dwarves are
I'm
just...
sure there's quite a few.
Yeah.
I'm sure at least one on every realm.
Yep.
Yeah. Brandon?
I have been playing Overwatch as well, even though I had to get it on the PC because everyone hates me.
No, we don't hate you.
God, I wanted to play it on console, but no.
But that you get the
Everyone
best of
wants
both
to
worlds.
play it on PC.
You can play on the with a controller and with your friends.
Yeah, I can just handicap myself.
That's true.
That's fun.
Hey,
you know how
you
much
were-
fun that is for me?
Hey, hold on. You were way more serviceable than I thought you would be.
Yeah, it's
then.
difficult.
No,
It is
let's-
hard.
let's
No,
be
I
fair
know
here.
it's hard.
You would be handicapped either way. It's just no one else is handicapped by playing on a controller.
Right.
Well,
Where
if
he's intentionally handicapping
I'm
himself.
intentionally handicapping myself because I play with a
But
controller.
you'd be playing
on
with a
PC.
controller.
but hey, just
Right, but if I could play with other people on a controller, I would be.
So
a lot
they
better.
are
to give you
not
props,
handicapped.
you were a lot better than I would originally have thought.
I
But
appreciate that.
yeah, I was like, man, Brandon can hold his own.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's seriously different. It's a
Imagine
seriously.
if we played on console, I could be carrying.
Oh,
people.
absolutely.
I'm not mad. You're mad. Other than that, I've been playing Diablo.
I'm
still,
not mad.
Oh, yeah. I played a little bit of Diablo as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta
Brandon
finish.
ran me through some stuff.
Yeah, because console doesn't allow power leveling that computer, but that's another story.
I'm not mad. You're mad.
I'm not mad. You're mad.
Plays really well on console, by the way. All right. Well, you know what? Let's freaking get into some contributor questions. Then we'll do our news, and then we will hop into some more E3 junk and get this thing going. Contributor question. What caught your eye from E3 2016? We got one that was submitted and one that was written in that I'll read afterwards. So I will go ahead and let Mr. Urkable Gamer tell us what he thought of E3.
Hello everyone, Eric here, and I'm going to tell you about a game that caught my eye during E3. That game would happen to be God of War, or God of War 4, or whatever you want to call it. They're just going with God of War for right now. But anyways, the new God of War game that they showed looks like the next step in the series, kind of growing and evolving. I don't feel like they could have kept going with that same character action style that they were going with before, so now they're going to try something new. It looks like it's actually kind of grown up a little bit. Looks like they're taking kind of a hint or a cue from The Last of Us, where you're going to have this companion with you this whole time, which just happens to be your son. So it seems like it's going to be a game about kind of coping with his previous loss while kind of learning to love again and kind of become human, because let's face it, he is kind of a monster in the old games, killing everything. So I'm happy to see it take a kind of a different spin on it. It's the same character. You're still playing as Kratos from those old games, but you're a stranger in a strange land. Now you have to deal with all of the Viking mythology stuff, and it seems like they're taking it in the right direction to make the audience care again, because, I mean, let's be honest, I really enjoyed God of War 1, 2, and 3, then Ascension came out and it was more of the same, but this game seems like it's actually going to do something different. It's going to tell hopefully a real story. I mean, who knows? Maybe you're just going to teach your kid to become a ruthless, brutal killer just like his father, but I hope they do something with it. Yeah, that reveal was what interested me the most. So thank you, JJ, Mark, and Brian, and I will see you all later.
And we are back. Thank you very much, Mr. Erkable Gamer. Go check out his stuff on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter. ERKABLEGAMER. Good stuff. And actually, he's doing a Doom playthrough, I believe, right now.
Nice.
So pretty solid. God of War. I mean, I think that was a surprise to everybody.
I think you'll see that there are some other people on this dais that are excited.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Quite possible.
Quite possibly.
Maybe. And then we also had Mr. Mark the Machine. Also, he wanted me to say, if he didn't get his submission in on time, to just go ahead and say Spider-Man 1,000 times. While I'm not going to do that, I think it's safe to say he's excited for Spider-Man as well. But he also posted in another part of our internal forum here that he also liked the look of Quake Champions, the new South Park game, and Mass Effect. So,
Yep.
Good stuff.
Very cool.
Fractured butthole.
Yeah. That new combat system looks kind of cool.
Really cool, yeah.
I really like it. So, and superheroes this time instead of fantasy.
Yep.
So
I like how they're mixing it up. It's going to be a fresh fractured butthole.
I think it's time for that too because of the whole superhero fatigue that we're experiencing with movies.
Yeah, we need some satire.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like the superhero movies.
Sure,
I do
Me
too.
Well, yeah, no one that says they don't like them. Just that there are a lot of them right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you would like to submit something to us as well, we always would appreciate it. You can do so at frozennorthpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know thoughts, opinions. Shoot us a submission like Erkable Gamer did. Our website is fngaming.net. Our Facebook is facebook.com/frozennorth. Our Twitter is at fnpodcast. Our blog is frozennorthpodcast.blogspot.com. Our YouTube is Frozen North Gaming, where you can get the episodes a day early, and you can also check out our video game book club over there, which we did on Final Fantasy IX. The episode just came out, 2 weeks ago? Something like that? 2-3 weeks ago? Something like that.
Yeah.
Right before we went to E3. And we're on iTunes, where we would appreciate you subscribing to and rating us. Booyah.
Boom.
So, before we get into E3 stuff, Brian, what do we got for news?
Okay, not much. I tried to find news that came out after E3. Obviously, E3 is all news. So, first thing about Mass Effect Andromeda, actually, they did announce that the Mass Effect 3 ending is going to have zero bearing on the universe of Mass Effect Andromeda. Whether that means that they're going to take one of the endings and make that the canon, or if they're just going to forget it ever existed, that hasn't been announced, but they did say that it won't have any, like if you pick the green ending, won't have any bearing on the new game, which leads
is it
me...
confirmed to take place after?
It's, again, nothing official, but I would assume this is very, very far into the future. Maybe like a couple hundred years. That's my guess. But it's not going to have anything to do with the Mass Effect 3 ending, which I don't know. That sounds like they're just going to basically like maybe cut it off at some point. So we'll see. More to come on that probably as it gets closer to launch. Next news was you guys know Mighty Number 9 launched, right?
Yep.
Plagued with issues. And there was a big statement by Kij Inafune. He posted a really long statement, but everybody's kind of glommed on to the last sentence in the statement where he said, "It's hey, at least it's something, right?" I think a lot of people are taking it out of context as him being disingenuous, but if you read his entire statement, it doesn't. But that aside, it's got really mixed reviews. Backers of it were receiving keys for the wrong console, just been plagued with issues, and then reports are it's just not that great. So that was a really anticipated backed game that came out with kind of a dud, kind of a sputter. So fun.
That's the risk sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Monolith Soft, you know them, JJ, from Xenoblade Chronicles X, crafting one of the best worlds I've ever explored. I wouldn't say all of them, but a huge team of them helped with Nintendo's Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I just got even more hyped.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you kind of take what they did with their world building and you kind of, I mean, obviously you can't take a 1-for-1 because it's a completely different game. You don't have the mobility you do in Xenoblade Chronicles X, but that's exciting because honestly, that planet Mira was amazing. Very fun to explore,
Definitely.
and that gives me a little bit of hype for that Zelda game. It put it on my top 5. I'll put it that way. Spoiler alert! I have to say spoiler alert before I say that.
Well, I mean, Zelda was, for a lot of people, the game of the show, even though Nintendo itself didn't
Fair
really
enough.
have much of a showing.
Yeah. To me, it wasn't the game. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
anyway,
sure.
Anyway, so that's a big news for the people who know. Xenoblade Chronicles X, Monolith Soft is the ones behind that. A big part of their team helped craft the world. So pretty fun.
Cool.
And last but not least, since we all play Overwatch here, if you guys don't already know, Blizzard is being super like vanilla WoW back in those days, open and upfront with their community, talking. Jeff Kaplan's on almost every week talking about issues, what's coming up, what they're working on, what they're trying to work on, and addressing community feedback. Like, absolute, I think Blizzard's going for like a knockout punch on this game, apparently. There was a feature in the game where you could avoid a player. I'm sure Blizzard's intention was, we don't want a toxic community like League of Legends was famous for. We want people to be able to enjoy their experience, and if somebody's being abusive, just remove them out of their personal queue. You can imagine the algorithm for matchmaking as people started to rack up issues, right? Well, there was one Widowmaker player who was the nicest guy ever, but he was like top 1 or 2 in the world that people were just avoiding because he was too good.
Because he was too good.
And Jeff Kaplan came out and basically said that's not our intention with the avoid a player, just because somebody's really good. And they were finding that a lot of Widowmakers and Hanzos were being avoided just based on the fact that people didn't want to play with those people who played those characters, which that was not what Blizzard intended with the avoid player feature. So they removed it completely. So you can't avoid players, but you can still mute. And they even said mute and report them. So pretty cool. Okay. But yeah, that was the last bit of news that came out, and we'll get into a lot more news here coming up at the E3 Blowout 2016.
That's
E3. This Sunday, we're going to talk about E3.
Sunday.
But it's Saturday.
It's Saturday and E3 already.
Not
happened.
when they listen.
I mean, it's,
That'll be Monday.
It'll be Monday.
no, because I'll release it early on YouTube.
Yeah.
Ooh, YouTube users, a Sunday.
Nailed it.
Oh boy! All right, thank you, Brian. As always, you can go to our website and check out those news links to all the stories that Brian talked about. E3 2016.
Brings a smile
Man.
on my face.
So the way we're going to break it down is Brandon and I are going to kind of talk a little bit about our experiences there. Talk a little bit about how it was actually being there, getting to go for the first time.
And then Mark and I are going to talk about our experiences.
Sure. And then we're going to go down each one of the press conferences one by one, like we've done in the past. You guys high-fiving over there.
We had to get it right.
Yeah.
And then we're going to top it all off with a top 5 from this year's E3. So experiences, man. So Mark was asking me the other day, last night actually. He said, when we first started this show, one of the things you said was, I will have considered it having like succeeded or, gotten where I wanted to go if I get the chance to go to E3. So how do you feel? Well, I did, and I got to go to E3 finally. And first of all, I didn't realize how easy it was to get in. I was under the assumption that it totally had to be industry only and everything like that. So I did. I worked my butt off to make sure that I could be at a point where I could be, somewhat taken seriously when I, applied for it and everything. And I, filled out the application after waiting 3 years to do so. And then I realized, holy crap, I could have just BS'd this whole thing and gotten in anyways. But, the fact that I did put in all that work and work towards this and actually did it, it made it a lot better. And I can tell you when we first arrived, we hopped out of our the car that brought us there, and Brandon and I walked up to the building, and you see the big, you can go to our Facebook page and see all the pictures that I posted from the event as well. I posted a whole bunch of stuff on there. And you see, I think it was a Call of Duty picture that was the front and center one on the LA Convention Center. And, there were signs literally all over the streets leading up to it saying E3 2016 and stuff like that. I mean, the whole place just goes bonkers over it. It's crazy. Go in, and we walk inside, and we got there super early the first day, too.
Didn't even know it.
Had no idea that we were going to be so early, which was cool because we were, one of the, not one of the first, but we were up there.
We were pretty
damn
far
close
along in the line, yeah.
But I will admit that I had a moment when I walked in, and this is going to sound cheesy as hell, but I was thinking about my dad because he was the one who always said, you want to do this, work for it, and you'll get there. I know you will. And I thought of him, because he passed away earlier this year, and I'm looking at the banners and stuff hanging down inside the building when we walked in, and I had to kind of just stop for a second and look around, and it really was just really, really cool to be there. And I was genuinely touched that I was able to make it there. So we wait around, and day one was cool. We were I think we just talked about it a little bit while we were in line. We met some people in line too, and kind of talked a little bit to them and whatnot. Talked to a guy who worked at Square Enix actually.
Nice.
And we we get inside, and we just were so I think I look at Brandon and I go, I think the first day we maybe should just walk around, maybe not necessarily try to do anything.
Big mistake,
because this is it was crazy. We did that for the most part.
Well, we did, but looking back on it, we should have gone and found the lines and just beat everyone to the lines.
Yes,
'cause we were so far up in there, we could have just
absolutely,
instead of waiting 2 hours, we could have just played a game
But we had no idea.
But we didn't know
what was available, where anything was, anything like that. So
we were newbies.
Our first day, we spent a lot of just aimlessly wandering around, picking up swag, and you can see one of the pictures on the Facebook page, and I'll post it on my Twitter too. But this freaking bag for Final Fantasy 14
oh my God, that thing was
huge.
Huge.
The size of me. It's massive.
So big.
But we're just walking around picking up free stuff and whatnot, and just kind of filling up on goodies and everything. And after a while, we ate lunch and everything. We're like, you know what? Let's try to get in on a game. So we get in on a game called Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. And we're like, all right, let's try it out. Because we had watched the press conferences and whatnot. And actually, because we were on a flight while they were going on, I literally, that night in the hotel, I was watching everything on my phone. Which brings up another funny story that Brandon has not let me forget, that I got excited about since then as well.
Oh yes,
but
bring that up later.
We'll go. This is the story of Ghost 1, and this is one of probably my favorite story from E3 because it was just we spent the whole weekend just cursing Ghost 1's name. So the way it's set up is, first of all, for any game to play, unless it's a booth or not a booth, a standalone stand where there's 5 or 6 availabilities to play the game, you're going to be waiting in line for a good hour and a half to 2 hours.
It was like Disney World. This is what I compared it to.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're waiting in line, and we finally get up to the front. And the way it works is they have a bunch of computer consoles, and they all have Xbox controllers. And this was at the Ubisoft station, and we get up there, and they have they have 2 people who work for Ubisoft that are with you. The way the game is played is it's a huge open world, and you are basically special
Special forces,
Forces
people.
people.
They didn't really go into it.
right.
Gotcha.
And it's
You're,
like
you're
this-
Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You are Ghost Recon.
Gotcha.
It's this big open world, and it's like somebody compared it to basically like Metal Gear Solid 5, but multiplayer, which
Oh.
was sweet.
Yeah.
And I honestly got that feeling when I started playing. So you can basically like go around this huge open world and do missions, take over command posts, rescue people, whatnot, blah blah blah, take vehicles, fly around in helicopters and whatnot. So they start you off. They have it was me, Brandon, and one other guy, and then the squads are groups of 4. So we had one person who worked for Ubisoft who was our squad leader who would basically kind of guide us and tell us what to do. And then we had another person behind us on a headset as well, kind of walking between the screens, making sure we were doing what we were supposed to do and guiding us there. So we had 2 people guiding us, Brandon.
Dude, I know. We had a coach. They called her the coach. She was not the one playing. She was just literally behind us, trying to tell us where to go to make sure everything was fine. Let me preface this. This guy had 2 coaches. One was
And he was
standing
next to him.
He was next to them. Sorry. But this you guys don't even know. All right.
So the demo starts off pretty basic. You go in and it starts you off next to some targets, and it's like you can test out your controls here, shoot them, blah blah blah, whatever. And then it says, "All right, now we're gonna." Oh, what? Go ahead.
So it did start off. So he was with the ghost, the leader, the Ubisoft. So it started off in 2 groups of 2. So me and JJ were in one spot. They were in another. So he's already started with this person. Okay, continue.
Okay.
So we all meet up and we go to this base that we're gonna basically find this guy and interrogate him. So she has us send in our drones, and you send in these drones. Everybody has their own drone flying around. You could mark targets and whatnot and everything. Goes back to our characters. Honestly, it went fine. We shot it. No, well, this one went fine.
Well, no, because he didn't interrogate the whole time. He let it go early, so we had to go
right.
back.
You did. I forgot about that.
So you're supposed to hold down this button and interrogate him the whole time.
Gotcha.
He got antsy, wanted to go kill people, but he was the one interrogating, so he let it go early. And then the Ubisoft lady's like, "What happened? Did we not interrogate him?" And he goes, "Oh, I let it go early. I think I need to go back." So he had to go back up the stairs, re-interrogate the guy.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that
Yeah,
part. Yeah,
because
Oh,
that
boy.
wasn't even the
That's
worst
what
thing that
started.
he did.
That should have been a red flag right there.
Exactly.
So
Continue.
we finally do get him interrogated, and we walk out, and she's like, "All right, everybody, get to the helicopter that's over here." So we all go in the helicopter. She's flying it. I hop on one of the machine guns on the side. Brandon hops in one of the seats, and then the Ghost 1. It was Ghost 1, Ghost 2 was Brandon, and I was Ghost 3. Was the code names that we used.
Right.
And the Ghost 1 hops on the other machine gun that's on the helicopter. So we're flying up, and our coach says, "Okay, you see the black smoke down there? If you're on one of the guns, you won't be able to see it. So you'll have to switch your seat. And all you do is push A, and you switch seats in the helicopter.
Oh, no.
It gives you an outside view, and it shows you where the black smoke is." I'm like, "Sweet, okay, there it is." She goes, "Okay, everybody just jump out and land there."
Which was pretty cool in and of itself. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
the scene, the graphics and everything is beautiful. It's
Nice.
a beautiful, beautiful land. So you can't miss the black smoke.
Right.
That's my point.
Right.
Okay.
Graphics fidelity has increased.
Right.
Yes.
So Brandon jumps out, and after he had jumped out was when I actually realized, like, oh crap, I can't see it while I'm on the gun, so I have to switch my seat. So I did. Then I saw it, and I was like, okay, cool. So I jump out, guide myself down there. Coach jumps out, and then we just hear, what do I do? And she's like, you jump out and go to the black smoke. So he jumps out. Brandon and I are down there waiting.
Right
She's there
now,
with us.
I can see his screen and I can see what's going on. And in my head, I'm like, oh no.
So Brandon and I are sitting there waiting, and she says, "Where are you?" And he's like, I don't know. I jumped out." And you can see distances between characters.
Yeah.
It showed literally like 570 something meters away. He was like half the freaking map away from us.
He
I
went
don't know
to a
how it
farm.
happened. Like completely super far away. And she just like, it was, I felt so bad for her because it was just so awkward. She's like, okay, you guys just stay here and maybe scout this area. I'm going to go try and find him.
Oh, God.
So she runs off. Brandon and I go to this like little outpost and stuff. Long story short, right, which, it's already super long. But long story short, She spent like half the time trying to get him to come back to us, while Brandon and I basically two-manned this entire freaking outpost.
Pretty much. And then she's like, where's Ghost 1? And he was like, and like when we get in, she finally brings him back to us. We're supposed to clear out this thing. She goes, where's Ghost 1? Ghost 1 has left the building. Like, he is just off in La La
Yep,
Land doing
dude.
whatever he wants.
What is Ghost One doing?
And dude, it was hilarious.
I felt so bad. And like the coach behind us isn't doing anything. Like, she's not trying to.
Nope.
She was worthless.
Good God, man.
But,
Ghost 1 is my hero.
Dude, he.
That's Mark. Was it Mark? Did Mark show up?
I feel like it was Mark.
If nothing else, it felt cool that we basically two-manned
We
a
did.
4-person job.
Boom.
So
We had to.
we rocked it out. And then I drove the getaway car. I'm not gonna lie. Very sweet at that.
He did.
But yeah, it was just a huge. So the whole weekend we were like, anytime we joined a game, we're like, I hope we don't get a freaking Ghost 1 in this one. I swear to God.
When we were
Man.
in the Sea of Thieves line, we saw him walking to the back of the line.
Oh,
we were
no.
like, yeah, that was our thought. We're like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Ghost One.
Yep. So that was kind of the one of the highlights that we had. Another one was as I was gonna say that I'll just tell it because Brandon didn't let me forget it.
Oh my God, it's the best.
I'm in the hotel. We're in the hotel room, and I'm watching I think it was the Sony conference on my phone, and I see this game come on, and they don't show the title immediately, and he's nodding right now because he knows what's coming. And you probably will too when I start describing the game if you watch the Sony press conference. So it starts off with this huge space battle.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're going to the moon, and you're fighting these other ships, and you're dodging left and right. You're flying all over the place, and ships are blowing up and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, you have to blow up their main ship, so you have to jump out of your ship in space, land on theirs, and you're grappling hooking all over the place, going crazy, shooting people and stuff. And I'm like, this is like how Battlefront 2 was, and I freaking loved that because I got to do both space battles and running around shooting stuff in the same map, and that's so cool. And I'm like sitting here and I'm like going, Brandon, oh my God, this game looks so awesome. I don't know what it is, but it looks so cool. And I was going ballistic.
Everybody was.
And then at the end of it, it says Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah. Infinite Warfare, sir.
Infinite Warfare, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just went, oh, no.
To be fair, Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare looked incredible.
For about a minute, I thought it was Titanfall.
I did too.
Because of the grappling
Yeah,
hook.
yep.
They have been showing off the grappling hook for
Call
Titanfall.
of
I wish
Duty.
I had recorded like my reaction because I was legitimately going like, this looks like
Yeah. Oh, he was so
the
excited.
most amazing game.
But
And then like just this sense of just
Yeah, but-
crap.
take heart, and I mean this seriously. You're not you enjoyed what you saw out of the campaign. Call of Duty bros don't care about this. They don't even care about that.
Yeah.
We don't play the multiplayer on Call of Duty is 100% a dumpster fire. But the
Well-
campaigns are great. Some of them.
Well, the multiplayer's not.
It's crap.
It has turned into it.
Right. Well, so now
It didn't used to be. It used to be really cool.
I think it's a community.
it's the community is what I'm getting at.
The community switched to PlayStation, by the way.
I know, well, because PS4s. Why do I play on PC?
What?
I play on PC.
I mean, no one plays on PC.
Everyone plays on PC.
I don't play on PC.
Everyone plays on
Although
PC.
I don't play on PS4
No,
either. So.
the MLG tournaments are on PlayStation.
Everyone plays on PC.
Everyone plays on PC.
So they literally don't.
Everyone plays
The
on
Everyone plays on
official
PC.
console is the Sony, so you guys lose.
But so that was the campaign, and I had the same reaction you did. I was like, "What is this game?"
Yeah.
And then when I was like, "I'm gonna have to play Call of Duty Infinite Warfare now."
Yep.
The story. I will not touch the multiplayer.
you should at least touch it.
I've got Overwatch.
I will say that
You'll be
that-
done playing Overwatch by the time it comes out.
There'll be like more characters and maps.
Brian, you say this about a lot of games.
I do, but I'm gonna have to say that.
I mean, it's a
again.
Blizzard game, though. They have longevity.
Yeah,
I will say that with all the games that we did play, E3 is they're not joking when they say it's industry focused. Like
Very.
there are lots of booths there that literally say like meet with our marketing team and blah, all this stuff.
Sure.
And there's a lot of like non-gamers who get dibs because they're
Yeah.
like businessmen and people who have special access, so they get to go to the
Oh, yeah.
front of the line
The
and try the game, so
VIPs,
they know what they're
Fast Pass.
investing in and whatnot. And I mean, it was whatever.
It is what it is.
Completely understandable, but it definitely was 100% industry focused.
it's no PAX
So it's like if you're watching it at home, you're probably getting the best.
view.
You're getting just as good. I mean, the only difference is you're not getting to try these games out, which you're going to get to play them eventually anyway.
Right.
So what's the big deal? Which isn't to say we didn't have a blast. It was a great
awesome.
freaking time. So let's break it down. What did we play? We played Ghost Recon, obviously.
We played Steep.
Steep we played, which was kind of neat.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's I would say it's like a $40 game at max.
Okay.
But it was pretty fun. It's enjoyable.
Except until we got to the end, and we had to try to fly through the power lines.
my God.
That was awful.
That was awful. That was hard. We played Sea of Thieves.
See if that game was so fun.
It
Tell
was,
us more about that.
well, we can talk about it later when we get to the top
Okay.
5.
They have their top 5. Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
You gotta say it before.
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1. Spoiler alert.
And
We'll
then
talk about that later.
You
You
played
Dead Rising 4.
Dead Rising 4.
Yeah. Ooh.
And
That was good. I'll talk about that because I didn't on my list. But it ran really smooth for all the zombies on the screen. And the lead art director was actually there working the stands. I talked to him a little bit, and he said like obviously there's more zombies and more weapons and like more of the same. But
Yeah.
it played really fun. And Frank is back.
that's what I want.
Yeah.
Frank's the best character.
And you got to wear like an exosuit.
Oh, and
Nice.
So
I thought he
cool.
said Anne Frank is back. I
Anne
was like,
Frank.
Why is
Anne
Anne Frank in
Frank.
Dead Rising?
Frank West.
Frank West. But no, it was a pretty cool demo. You got to play around for like 8 minutes of just murdering zombies.
Was there any dialogue or anything?
No, like literally 8 minutes of murdering zombies.
Brandon's wheelhouse.
But it was really cool. And you played that game you backed.
Yeah, I played. I wish I had asked the guy how to pronounce it. He was so ecstatic that he met a Kickstarter backer.
Yeah.
Shyness,
Something like that.
Shiness, something like that. I don't know. Either way, it was SHINESS, made by a French developer. Really, really fun game. Had an absolute blast with it. Brandon was watching me a little bit. Really, the art style was really cool.
Yeah, I like the art style a lot.
It was gorgeous looking,
Yeah,
and the
very
combat
pretty.
was really fun. Just a mix of beat 'em up and an RPG. Really cool stuff. I also played the Titan fight from Final Fantasy 15 that you saw at the Microsoft press conference where the guy didn't do so well.
That was Mark was just shredding him.
Oh,
yeah, he didn't do so well. I did
That was
that.
awful.
Brandon watched me play that as well, and I got more to say about that later on too. And also played a little bit of the Final Fantasy 12 remaster. I like the new layout. They made the interface look kind of updated and new,
I'm really excited.
and it's Final Fantasy 12, same game we've played, but there's a little bit more. I wish I could have gotten to play around a little bit more with the Zodiac job system, which is the big addition that they're bringing to this version. But unfortunately, they kind of just left it, cookie cutter what you could do. But it looked and ran great, and because if you've played 12, you know that it's the Gambit system, and so you let your party members kind of do their own thing. Brandon's watching me, and I literally just set the controller down, and he's like, "This looks really fun," and I was like,
Yeah.
super fun.
"It's you set them up like okay."
You tell them
You know,
how
my
to.
favorite part about playing a game is not playing it.
Hey, 13.
True.
I don't know what that means.
Final Fantasy 13.
Well,
And I watched some I Am Setsuna and Star Ocean gameplay, which I'm super excited for both games to come out. Star Ocean next week, and then I Am Setsuna next month. Was there anything else we played? We couldn't do any VR. I mean, we probably could have if we wanted to do like some of the Samsung VR, that kind of stuff. But like, you had to. So the doors would open at 10 a.m. and you had to download the PlayStation Experience app, and you had to sign up for an appointment time. And you've got the big wigs and the press and stuff that get in before that because they get first dibs. Anybody else can sign up for an open slot at that 10 a.m. time. But of course, at 10 a.m., everybody's going to be like, click. So I tried to do it, and I couldn't because I wanted to try the Batman VR.
Right.
And I just couldn't get in. So there was just no way to do it. No, honestly, I feel like we didn't really miss much by
VR
skipping
was
it.
everywhere.
Yeah, it
And
really was.
I just was not having it.
There was
What?
there was a VR
Oh.
sex booth.
Oh,
What? Oh my god.
so
Dude, it was packed.
the first day. So we talked about the first day. We were at the beginning of the line, right? So we go into. They had two halls. They had the West Hall and the South Hall. The South Hall had all the developers in it, like the Square Enix, the 2K, the Ubisoft, things like that. The West Hall had the Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, things like that. So we went in the South Hall first. So we go in, we start walking around and everything. We walk around to like the side booths kind of in the back, like the small ones.
Yeah.
And we see the adult film VR station, right? Like no one was there because we were like one of the first people, and it was like, well, that's weird. So we walked by it. Every other time we saw it, it was packed. like just
That's
like
disgusting.
50 people.
Brandon took
or
pictures
more.
of just how many people were
That
there.
is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Every single time after that, people were there.
Oh my god.
They had like a
Crazy.
demo.
Oh my god.
And it was right next to a booth selling like Pokemon.
Yeah, like
naturally,
So
they're catering to the same audience.
yeah, no, of course.
and yeah, it's just packed ever since then. Like every day,
Just cracked us up.
it was really funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's one of those little.
They're just
tidbits.
cross marketing the neckbeards that play Pokemon and live in
I
mom's
just-
basement.
We were just
It's
walking
porn.
through, and then I kind of stopped, and I was like, "Is that what I think it is?" Yep, it is. And we kept going.
Yep.
But all in all, fantastic time.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed
had
it.
an absolute blast. And you know, who knows what the future holds.
Yeah. Well, and our experience was much better than your guys. I got the experience to commute to work, and go to work every day, and then come home,
Yeah.
feel tired, and then go to bed and go to work again. So
we came back to the hotel and felt tired. Believe me.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was long days, very
Yeah.
long days.
About a month
And it
before
was
you
super
guys.
hot.
Yeah, about a month before you guys, I was standing in lines at
You
Disneyland.
want to talk about hot?
It was not
oh, wait,
super
no,
hot.
It was super hot.
It was not super
with
hot.
ya.
It was like 70 degrees.
God, it's so hot.
that is so
I'm
hot.
sweating just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sweating before too. But
Man,
still.
how do you live?
Because I'm skinny.
Well, I also had a good time at E3.
True.
I was in Dallas doing technical training for my
Oh.
job.
Although I will say, Brandon, even though I am bigger now, I've got Viking blood. Even when I was a little kid and skinny like
yeah,
you,
you're a Viking. You're like Scandinavian.
yeah, I literally would sweat nonstop in the heat, and it always.
Yeah.
In fact,
Screw that.
in high school,
Yeah.
my basketball coach banned me from playing as skins because people didn't want to guard me because of
Well, that's
That's
fair.
that's
sweat.
an advantage.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
always
fair.
had to play
Gross.
shirts.
That's something I could.
And I was cut back then. I had a real cut body, but I just sweat too much.
I could have lived my whole life without needing to know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Good old
All right, I
Viking.
needed to know that.
Why don't we
Thanks,
get into some
Mark.
press
We're
conferences?
PC gamers.
Let's get into some press conferences here. First up, we'll try to keep these short and sweet and spend a little more time on the top fives. But so
We go in chronological order.
I just have an order here. First up, we'll go. Why? What do you have first?
Bethesda.
EA's first.
EA's
Oh,
Yep.
EA's not a real developer.
first. EA. Wow.
Whoa.
That's rude.
Nice. They make Mass Effect, Mark. What?
They're a publisher actually. So
Publish.
I mean, technically,
That's true.
you are
call
right in some way.
Poblacio.
So okay, FIFA 17. Anybody? No. Nobody?
God.
But Mass Effect
Yes.
had a little bit on there.
That was the highlight of the EA's press conference for me.
It was for me as well.
It's a little too vague. I still don't understand what the game's about.
It's about the Andromeda Galaxy.
I
Mark.
know what it's about, but I don't know what it's about.
You didn't see all the subtle cues, like the tribal looking Asari?
I saw it.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
that's something.
It's amazing.
I'm just saying it's still too early for me to judge the game.
Well, yeah, duh.
No, but that doesn't mean we can't get excited for it.
Okay.
You know. Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
What's it
That's
can't-
great.
I'm gonna play that campaign.
I'm gonna not play the campaign on principle.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Deal with it.
You
Here-
gotta play the campaign.
Just real quick,
Nah.
2 minute sidebar. Here's why I feel that having a campaign in your game is, even though I'm addicted to Overwatch and that doesn't have a campaign, which is an outlier for me because I typically don't play games without a campaign, I'm actually going to pick up Titanfall and play it now because it has a campaign.
Yeah,
That's
because we like stories.
right. So you get both people to come together, and if I like it enough, I'll try the multiplayer out.
Yep.
Yeah. I hear you.
Boom.
Here's why more games need single player, because when I try the multiplayer and I suck, I can just go to the single player and feel like
And
I don't
feel
suck.
awesome. Yep.
Or you could just keep practicing and get better.
Yeah. Nah.
Or you could just put your
I'm just
Torbjorn
gonna go
turret
to
down and then
Torbjorn.
run around not doing anything.
I actually do a lot when I play that character. Go on.
Your turret does a lot.
EA.
They showed a little bit of Battlefield 1.
Also good. That'd be my honorable mention of that conference.
You didn't get a chance to
You
play
didn't
it.
get to play it.
Well,
Cool, buddy.
I heard it's frantic and fast-paced and fun.
we were not allowed to take any pictures or video or anything when we went in there, too.
It sounds like EA.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars PS4 titles. They just kind of like mentioned we're gonna have some Star Wars games coming out, and then they showed the VR X-wing thing.
Yeah, that's right. They were like reminding everybody, "Hey, we've got the Star Wars license."
Yeah,
and everybody went.
I am excited to try. I am excited to try the
exactly
X-Wing
right.
game, though. I do want to try that out.
No, I do. It looks good, but that was the common thread on the internet. Like, look at EA just flaunting the fact that they control our most beloved franchise.
That's what EA does. They buy out entire sports leagues so that no one else can make sport games.
Nothing else. Nothing else crazy as far as EA that I can think of.
The awkwardness of it. The guy that came out, Robot Man.
I don't know.
Yeah, the beginning was cringe. Put that way. Don't put out an executive. Put out somebody with a little bit of charisma
Nah.
when you do a conference like this.
EA doesn't have that.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could just tell right away. Like, oh, there's the Empire.
That's EA has always done that.
That's
Yeah.
true. It's so cringy.
Bethesda.
I like Bethesda.
This conference was weak to me. I only liked one game.
What's that?
Out of,
What?
This Dishonored 2
Yeah. I'm playing that on the PC.
PC.
They had a whole entire like display thing that you could walk in and walk through pictures up on our Facebook page.
Nice.
Pictures.
For Dishonored 2 at the conference, which was kind of neat.
They had a pretty cool booth set up. Lots of cool things to look at.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although there was plenty of cool stuff at that. It's just fairly vague.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
they're okay. Here they're remastering Skyrim.
that's
That
what
one's kind of like
Well, hold on. On the Dishonored 2 thing, I thought the whole concept of like when he had that glass mirror up, and he
Yeah.
was like, it showed the past on one side and then the present
That's
on
cool.
the other side, and then you could switch between the two. I thought that was really, really neat. So I don't
That's
know.
cool.
I thought it
Yeah.
looked cool.
I'm really excited. That's going to be out. What November they said?
I'm gonna play through the old, first one again.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Prey.
What's it about? What?
No
I
one
don't
really
know
knows what it's about.
It's a space thing.
Yeah, no. It's
If it's just a survival horror game,
yeah.
I don't really care.
it,
so.
it looks like a Dead Space type.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I got from
Yep,
it.
same.
If it was like what they had shown before, I would have been interested.
Sure.
And then you mentioned the
Skyrim remaster.
Skyrim remaster.
We'll
Yeah.
talk about that later.
Yeah.
I already played it on PC, so I don't.
You can
We'll
literally-
talk about that later.
You can literally
We will
download the
talk
remastered
about
version
that
now.
later.
Brandon.
Spoilers.
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 And I mean they had some Fallout DLC.
Their
junk
conference
and
was not
whatnot.
strong to me. Dishonored 2 aside, it was like, all right.
Yeah, there wasn't too much.
We were gonna play that card game that they had. I can't remember what it's called. What was it called? The Elder Scrolls Legends. Legends. But it was kind of packed and it looked just like Hearthstone, so we just kind of walked away.
Sure.
So
Yeah, it looked interesting.
yeah,
And we actually got some cards.
yeah,
for
we
that
did
too.
Yep.
Okay, so
Swag.
next, Ubisoft.
Their area was really cool, by the way. It was pretty.
It was.
It was
They
very
had
cool.
like this stage in the middle, and then they had South Park, Fractured Butthole, Steep, For Honor, and
Ghost Recon.
like all around the stage. So each game was being displayed and played around this stage. So while you were waiting in line, you still had shows that you could watch where they were showcasing their games and
Right.
stuff like that. They did a really, really good job.
They did an excellent job.
setting up and just having making
A
waiting in
presence.
line
Yeah.
much less painful.
Sure.
I mean,
Their conference is
South
the same.
Park.
Yeah.
South Park was it for me.
South Park was. I am so stoked for. I from what I could tell, they didn't like outright say this, but it looks like you can have more than 2 people in your party this time,
Yeah.
which will be really nice. And then we mentioned it before. The superhero aspect I think is cool. I really like that they're taking that spin.
And that value. Pre-order it and you get the first game free.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Oh, I may have to do that because I never played the first game.
Yeah.
And I like the. It looks like it's going to be more tactical based, as well, because the battling takes place on a grid rather than just
perfect.
turn based.
I love how they're mixing it up.
So yeah, very very cool.
Well, because turn-based worked for the high fantasy setting of the last game, so a more like superhero, like change it up a little bit.
Yep.
You know what game I was excited from Ubisoft? It's a small game, but I like it. The Trials games. They're coming out with a new Trials game.
Trials Blood Dragon.
yes.
Gotcha.
They had some videos and people were playing it. It looked pretty cool.
Yep.
I like Trials a lot.
That's cool.
Yep. Ghost Recon Wildlands we talked about before. Like I said, it really felt like, aside from having a guarantee it's not going to be the same story wise, but gameplay wise, it felt a lot like Metal Gear Solid with vehicles,
Nice.
which was sweet. Well, I guess Metal Gear Solid you do have vehicles too, but this with a team.
Yeah.
Is the best way to say it, multiplayer. And I could tell I haven't decided whether I'm going to get it yet because I think it'll be awesome. I'm only going to get it if I have people to play it with because I don't know that I want to necessarily solo that game. It just seems like it'd be a lot more fun with other people. Steep, which is what we talked a little bit about before. So Steep is basically, it's kind of hard to explain. It's literally just like a mountain and an open map. Anybody can join it. You can see other people. You can see your friends and whatnot. And you can go snowboarding. You can go skiing. You can go parachuting or wingsuit gliding. And you basically just pick points on the map wherever you want to go, and you just start from there and just go down. You can do stunts and then record them and then send them to your friends and say, like, hey, can you match this stunt? And it's kind of just like a freestyle extreme snow sports game where you basically just relax, sit back, and screw around on a mountain.
tricks.
Yeah. Kind of neat. I like Brandon said, I don't know that it's really going to be worth a full $60 purchase.
No.
But as far as I would probably pay, I don't know that I'd pay $40. I probably would pay $20 to $30 for it.
That's probably more
And
accurate.
again, it's another one where I would want to have other people playing it as
Yep.
well. So, For Honor was there.
So, I don't know how I feel about For Honor yet. I
don't either.
So they showed gameplay of it, and you could play it. We didn't play it, but we were watching people play it. It just seems too slow for me.
Gotcha.
Lots of dodging and countering before you actually kill one person.
That's what people were saying.
Just it takes a while. So I just don't know. I mean, it looks cool, but I think it'll be too slow.
Gotcha.
We were kind of talking about it in line while we were waiting to play, I think, Steep, and Brandon and I are very aggressive when we play games.
Yep.
So we like to attack. I hate being defensive. I hate being like, oh, I got to block at the right time. Oh, I got to make sure I counter this move and stuff. I think that's just dumb and boring. And the whole reason I play video game is to feel more powerful than I actually am.
Right.
And I'm not necessarily looking for realism.
So they were like,
It's
let's
just boring.
take it back to when the Knights fought and make it as real as possible.
It was very, very defensive.
Yep.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
it would
Very.
be.
A lot of dodging, a lot of blocking. But I mean, it looked kind of cool, and it's not something I'm going to write off right away. So we'll wait and see what happens.
Okay.
Watch Dogs 2. You know, I like the first one. This one looks like more the same.
Yep.
I will probably check it out for sure.
Boom.
And there was a Division expansion as well. They need to add vehicles into that game.
Yeah, what the
Like,
heck?
seriously. I don't know why they haven't already.
Yeah.
That's all I can really think of from there. Yeah, not much else from the Ubisoft camp, but their presentation was
Yeah, Aisha
spot
Tyler, good presenter. The dude from EA, bad presenter. Learn. Learn.
All right, let's get into the big three. Nintendo, not much.
One of the worst pressers I've ever watched. I turned it off. Didn't even care.
Wow.
They spent 90 minutes talking about Pokemon,
Yep.
I like Pokemon.
and then the other 30 minutes talking about Zelda. So I couldn't even get to Zelda because I was at work and I had it up, and it's literally and it's not just talking about Pokemon. It's just them talking about just stuff that, like, oh yeah, and this character, his leg is designed to where, you know, it looks really, it's good, and the gameplay here, the grass is a little taller here, and so I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? 90 minutes for this? Just show me the gameplay, talk about the new Pokemon, and then get the FO.
Get the FO.
Man.
I like that.
I hate it. The Nintendo press conference was by far the worst I've seen in years. I turned it off. I wanted to watch it all. I was like, nah, this is dumb.
All they showed was Pokemon and Zelda.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Zelda, like Pokemon they talked a little bit about Pokemon Go, and I'll be honest, I'm like kind of meh on it, not really any super interest.
Yeah.
But Zelda looks phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really does. There was a 4-hour wait to play it, and you had to buy tickets in advance as well to do it. So it was, yeah.
I'll play it when it comes out.
We did not get a chance to play that, but everybody that did get to try it out loved it. And, you know, again, a lot of people felt the same way that you did, that it was the worst showing at E3 this year. But
Doesn't matter.
But Zelda was number one.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy, but you know, at least we've got Zelda, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
there's that.
So that's literally it for Nintendo. Microsoft.
They did okay.
They spent way too much time talking about technical crap.
Yeah,
Again,
that's true.
which is
They
something
always
they
do that. Yeah.
We're making Xbox
Well, the good
Live
news is,
better.
as if everybody out there doesn't know, after that Microsoft press conference, I went and sold my Xbox One. I don't need it anymore. I was that's the best announcement by far. I got $180.
Oh, you're gonna play it on PC?
Oh, yeah.
So they talked about the Xbox One Slim, $300.
Looks slick, by the way. I like
if
the way it
if
looks.
you've been wanting to get an Xbox, this is
Yeah.
going to be the way to go.
It looks great. That's a great looking console.
And then
We got to see it in
the
person.
the Project Scorpio console that they're going to be talking about in the future. What?
Did you guys notice that Sony didn't say anything about the Neo?
They said they weren't going to.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's funny that Microsoft went out. I wonder if Sony was like slow playing it to see how Microsoft, because Microsoft did get shredded pretty hard about their message with the
Always on Xbox.
Scorpio. No, the Scorpio.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was gonna say
A lot of
Sony's
anger.
been known to rewrite
Yeah.
their presentations.
I'm wondering if
after
Sony
seeing
pushed out
Microsoft.
all those leaks, and then Microsoft was like, "Crap, we got to get announced first." And Sony was like, "Well, hold back," because I was really curious to see how a
They
console.
said before E3 that they weren't going to talk about the Neo.
That's true. I'm just so curious to see how console companies handle that, because it's like, hey, congratulations, you bought our console back when it launched, but now it's nothing compared to this one. Buy this one now. You know,
And
interesting.
people will buy it.
I sold mine.
We still don't understand the strategy fully on what they're doing.
Yeah.
But you're also
That's
not a
more they're
console
getting it out
gamer.
there.
You got to trust Phil Spencer.
If people are going to
Phil
be
Spencer.
designing games for that console, it's going to get leaked that it exists. So
Yeah.
I might as well just announce it now.
True.
So let's talk about a few of the games that they had on there. Gears of War 4
Yep. That was my highlight, I think.
It looks good.
look pretty good. The characters didn't look as big and beefy.
They toned it down for sure.
I mean, I didn't really. Gears of War is okay to me. I played the first one with Brandon, and honestly, that was enough. I have no interest in playing any more of them. I had a good time with it, but
Right.
yeah. I'm not a big fan of third-person shooters, except for like, as much as you hate them, I like cover shooters,
Right.
like The Division, Ghost Recon, that kind of stuff.
So boring.
Sea of Thieves.
Yes. I mean, we're going to talk about it. We want to talk about it now. We want to talk about it
We
later.
can talk about it now.
Sea of Thieves is amazing.
Sea of Thieves was a blast.
That was, if not for Battlefield, it was the most fun game we played.
I think so too.
Easily.
So, if you don't know what Sea of Thieves is, basically it's this big open world pirate game. And I was kind of talking to one of the developers that was there while we were waiting in line, and I was just asking him some questions about it. He basically said, like, if there is any pirate trope you can think of that's been in any movie or game or anything like that in the past, it's going to be in this game. You can do it. So you can pillage and plunder and search for buried treasure, and you can take over ships and freaking go out and try and sink other ships. Of course, the first thing our group did was we hopped on our ship and we pulled out
We
our beer
drank.
and got drunk.
We got drunk.
Nice.
First thing, everyone,
Okay, that sounds fun.
everyone just pulled out a beer and got wasted.
And so we're all like,
Nice.
I can't tell if the ship is moving or
Oh
if
yeah,
I'm just
'cause
really
the screen
hammered.
makes it hazy and stuff. So
Right.
like you're drunk. Oh, it's great.
That's good.
So it sounds so basic.
It does.
Like, there's really not a lot to it. Like, there's not going to be, as far as I know, a huge overarching story. It's literally just going to be an open world sandbox where you go and you just play as a freaking pirate with your
Nice.
friends.
Can you plunder ships and
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's what we did. We hopped on our ship and then we had a crew of what, 5?
5, including the leader. Yes.
Yeah. And he was kind of directing us, telling us which way to move the sails, and somebody had to be up in the crow's nest looking out over the sides.
I played a lute on the bow of the ship while
Nice.
everyone was doing real
Yeah.
work. I just slacked off. Just waited to shoot a cannon.
I hopped in front of cannons and shot them even when there was nothing around.
Yes.
There you go.
But so like you're going around, and what's cool is they had several other teams as well. And there weren't just the ones that were on our area.
Right,
They
there
had
were-
a special separate section for the like media and the press.
Oh wow.
But we were all in the same world. So you see another ship. Of course, team leader says, "What do you guys want to do?" Of course, everybody's like, "Kick them down!" So we sail over there, and we actually saw 2 other ships duking it out. And so we're like, "All right, well, let's just take out the winner.
Pick out the weak ones.
So we go there and we catch one guy just by himself in the middle while the two ships are fighting, and we come on the other side, and it's just a broadside like you see in movies and stuff, just cannons flying back and forth. And what's cool is your ship takes damage, and you have to actually repair that damage, otherwise you'll sink.
Yeah.
And if you don't repair it, your ship will literally start to fill up with water and sit lower in the water. So, like, you go down to the bottom, and the water's starting to pour in, and you have to, like, find the holes, plug them up and stuff, while other people are still up steering the ship and shooting. It's very, very
that's really
team-based.
cool.
And it's not just a one-size ship. There's tons of different... Like, you can have a ship by yourself if you want to. But it's obviously going to be better with a team. So it's just this big... You go and just play pirate.
That's
and
awesome.
it was just such a blast. And while we were waiting in line, they had this band that was playing. That was a
Oh,
pirate
yeah.
band. And they were cool. And we got free T-shirts out of it. And it was just so much fun. This is definitely one that I will be picking up right when it comes out. Hands down.
Do you know anything else about it? Like, is it all PvP or is there PvE as well?
Yes, there's
There is
I mean,
PvE?
It's like you can
you can go around and
do
just
whatever the heck
treasure
you want.
hunting
Yeah,
if you want to.
absolutely. You don't have
And
to
is
go
there a
fight other
progression
people.
system?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
I think they because we couldn't like loot anything. They disabled the weapons as far as like because every he told me that each player also would carry like a pistol. They
Yeah.
disabled that because they wanted to focus on the ship combat and the sailing. So there was a lot that we didn't get to do that will be in
Okay.
the final game. But it sounds like I would assume there is some sort of a progression system because otherwise what will be the point of getting treasure?
Right.
Yep.
So
That sounds amazing.
it was so much fun. It really
Everybody's raving about Sea of Thieves. Like I said, from what we saw on our outside point, it doesn't look like much. So I was like, oh, I don't know what this is about.
We
Well,
tried to get in every
Spoiler
single
on
day.
my list.
We tried to get in all 3 days while we were there. The first day, the line was just way too long. Second day, line was even longer. Third day, line was super long. We were like, well, it's our third day here. We just
We went
suck it
straight
up.
there on the third day. Like that was our plan.
And we still waited 2 hours.
We waited 2 hours.
Yeah. But it was, honestly, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
It was a
was a great game.
freaking great game. So that's Sea of Thieves. Gush about that enough. Scalebound.
Scalebound
Looks really cool. Multiplayer.
Yeah,
Had no idea that was
I'm
going to be in
excited for
there.
Scalebound.
I'm
Dragons.
really excited for Scalebound.
Flying around on dragons with other people as well.
Oh yeah, I just loved.
Can't wait to play it on PC.
God. Well, you know what? You know what's funny? It wasn't in their show, but I didn't actually decide to sell my Xbox One until they actually did come out and say yes, Halo 6 will be also on the PC. I was just like, oh, finally! I was so excited.
I know
I was
you
so
are.
happy.
Recore.
They didn't show much to really explain how it's going to play.
They had a
but
demo of it there. We didn't get,
didn't get a chance to play
The concept looks really cool.
It looks really intriguing. I'll put it that way.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd like to hear a little more about it before I kind of form any opinions on it. But it looks kind of cool. They had a demo for Final Fantasy 15, which again I'll get into a little later. But you saw the demo at the Xbox conference. If you look really close, and there's a couple of YouTube videos pointing this out, there is a point in the video where it looks like they stopped him playing and actually put in a pre-recorded video.
Yeah. They needed to.
They needed to. Yeah, that was.
Because
I was
Yeah.
talking to Brian and I was like, it says on the screen what to do and he's not doing
Yeah,
that.
he's literally just getting hit over and over by the arm.
It keeps saying like press Y to warp attack,
Yeah.
and he's just getting swept
Yeah.
constantly left
Yeah.
and right.
It was
It was
horrible.
terrible.
Dead Rising 4, which Brandon talked about already as well. Forza Horizon 3. I will say I actually kind of want to try Forza because I've had like every 10 years I'll get the itch to play a racing game, and this one's open world.
Yeah,
So why the heck not?
try it out. Drive across country.
Halo Wars 2. Anybody?
I mean, I'll play it on PC.
Hey,
I never even played the first Halo Wars. So
It was good. I liked Halo Wars. I'll play Halo Wars 2 for sure.
Gwent, the Witcher card game.
Woo!
was that Microsoft where they
Yeah.
announced it?
Yep.
Yep.
No interest.
No, and
Zero interest whatsoever.
I really don't have any interest.
I'm just gonna get it on. I'll get it on my
if
phone.
it's free to play, I'll play it.
Yeah, I'll just get it on my phone or my tablet.
State of Decay 2. Has anybody here played State of Decay other than me?
No.
No.
I liked it. I played it on Xbox 360. I enjoyed it. So
You know, there's no
I'm looking into
Nilfgaard deck, right, Mark?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
And then there was some Killer Instinct and whatnot, and Tekken.
Oh, there's some such things. Tekken 7, yes, Tekken 7
No interest for me.
looked good.
They had a big display for it.
Yeah, they did.
At the front of E3,
The
where they had
very
people
front.
cosplaying
I-
as the characters.
I like fighting games. They never really hold me for very long.
Yeah, I
but
can't pay $60 for a fighting game.
I do like them sometimes. Tekken 7 looked good,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Sony.
This was
The
my
start. Okay, so
this was my favorite conference. Of
So
the-
I think this was everybody's favorite.
starting
conference.
with 5 minutes of the orchestra just playing whatever.
That was weird.
That was weird. Although I called it. We were all Stitch and I were watching, and I was with some other friends, and we were like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I don't recognize. It's not. It's not Team Ico. That's not their style." I was like,
Right.
It's got to be God of War." I was right.
that was a really good way to start it off.
Yeah.
God of War.
Oh my goodness! When I saw Kratos, I
Everybody.
peed a little.
Everybody did. Well, except me.
I did.
I never played a God of War game.
Oh,
so.
you are missing out on one of life's great adventures.
Yeah.
Brandon,
You know what? I take that back. I played about 10 minutes of God of War 1, and I thought it was boring.
I played like up until you go into the level that's inside that giant Titan.
You mean Kronos?
Kronos, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I played up to that point. It was good, but I didn't like the atmosphere, like the dark Diablo-esque
Gotcha.
atmosphere. And this one has the atmosphere that I really want to play in.
Norse
So I'm
god,
super
Norse
excited.
mythology.
Last Guardian has a release date,
Oh,
Yep.
October 30th,
25th.
25th.
So
It's happening.
I'll probably skip it.
I'm probably going to skip it as
I
well.
will, honestly.
Mark,
I think it looks cool, but I pretty much guarantee you I'm going to skip it.
That
Mark.
demo just looked boring that they showed last year.
what?
The guy was just
Oh
yelling
my
the dog's
God.
name the entire time. Just like, what was the dog's name? The thing's
I think
name.
it was,
That was the entire play.
Yeah, but this new trailer they showed.
was it.
This new trailer they showed some glory, Mark.
And I also,
Glory.
I think it looks boring to just call a dog around the entire movie.
Oh, oh
what else
my
are you gonna do?
God.
What else are you gonna do?
Hey, well, we'll play it and be snobs
Having
about
a
it.
connection with the animal.
Mark,
I'd rather have not that.
you and I will play it and we'll be snobs about it.
I'd rather
Yeah.
kill things.
Yeah. We're going to play it, and we're going to be snobs about it.
That's fine.
Okay, then.
Fair
Boom.
enough. That is your prerogative, just like it's ours not to play it.
Yeah.
Death Stranding, the new Hideo Kojima game.
What did I watch?
Yeah, that was kind of where I was coming from.
Somebody posted this immediately after. They said, "Was it a smart idea?" They posted it as a question. Was it was Konami really the bad guy here, or did they stifle some of Hideo Kojima's artistic for a reason? Like, is Sony really? Are they sure?
Konami's back there like, we told you he was weird as
Yeah.
hell, man.
Somebody said, "Are we sure Konami didn't hold Hideo Kojima back for his own good?" I don't know about Sony just letting him go artistic freedom.
I like it. I like it. I saw on the internet someone said Norman Reedus, more like Norman Fetus.
Yeah.
True. It was weird. I have no idea what to expect.
Well, there's literally
Nothing
to glean off of that trailer at all.
Yeah.
And didn't he actually come out and say it has nothing to do with the game they're making?
I don't think so.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like, it's not really representative of the game we're making.
People were stupid to expect anything. It's only been at Sony for, what, a few
Right.
months?
Hey, guys, let's just make a cutscene.
With Norman Reedus who had a baby.
Cutscene.
So, I don't know. We'll I'm sure everybody's going to be
did you guys like
excited
how-
to see what comes out of that.
He's like how awkwardly he sort of Michael Jackson, he was like outpacing the lights of the floor and he'd stop.
yeah.
And Hideo Kojima is such a goofball.
He's so good.
Yeah.
New Spider-Man game coming out.
That was actually the game besides God of War 4 that got me the most excited at the Sony press conference.
Any of you guys play the Spider-Man game on PS2?
Oh, yeah.
You
I
said
did.
Was that the best
Spider-Man
one?
2.
that was so much fun.
It was a
Spider-Man
lot of fun.
2.
It was
just
really
swinging
good.
around the city and stuff, and
Yep.
that's what I always thought they should make an updated version of that, and that's what this looks
It's
like.
Sucker Punch who's doing it, and they did Infamous.
Oh, yeah, that'll
I'm
be perfect.
excited.
Yep.
So should be cool. Crash Bandicoot remaster.
Yes.
I don't care.
I love Crash Bandicoot.
I've never been-
Oh
Is it-
my
are you sure
God.
it's a remaster, or is he just coming to like a
No,
game?
remaster.
They're remastering 1,
All
2,
three.
and
What?
3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you guys not watch the press
I
conference?
mean,
I watched
Seriously.
it. No, you hold on. I watched the press conference, and here's what happened. They showed off Crash Bandicoot, and they
Yeah.
were like making it seem like they were going to make a new Crash Bandicoot. They're like, "Yep, it's coming to Skylanders."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought it was, just announcing Skylanders.
that's what we saw.
Remastered 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, remastering
Not
1,
what
2,
we
3.
saw.
That's what
I was
said.
watching it live.
That's
Yeah.
what they said.
I watched.
I mean, they're doing
I didn't
both.
watch it
He's
live,
coming to
but I watched it.
Skylanders and they're remastering it.
Yeah.
Then I didn't catch that.
Yeah, they're remastering 1, 2, and 3.
Maybe you guys on the West Coast got a different version.
Yeah,
of
we
the
didn't get
stream.
a. Yeah.
No, I just watched it on freaking Twitch.
So did we.
Actually, the Sony press conference I watched live
Yeah.
because I was at the hotel.
Yeah, we were at the hotel. Yeah, I'm excited. I love Crash
Also-
Bandicoot.
I mean, that's cool.
You
I'm
guys
glad that
probably
they're-
went and pooped or something.
No, I was laying on the couch
Time.
because I remember getting like, oh, cool, they're remaking a mass.
I remember getting psyched, and then I was like, oh, Skylanders.
Resident Evil 7 VR.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 7 in general.
Yeah,
I thought you were a Resident Evil fan.
I am, but they kind of gotten weird.
They were always weird.
No, like I liked 1, 2, 3, 4 was good, and then 5 and 6, and then the Revelations. I was always like I'm gonna play through all of them. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Resident Evil fan, but
You gonna go on a journey?
Resident Evil 7 didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a journey. Resident Evil 7 didn't get my dander up at all. I was just kind of like, okay.
I played 4, 5, and 6, but I didn't like any of the other ones.
Oh, I played Code Veronica, one of my favorites. Oh, okay, all right. GameCube.
All right. Mark is
Or
fact checking
Dreamcast,
right now
sorry.
to see if Crash
Dreamcast.
Bandicoot is.
Oh, fact checker, Mark checker.
Can't wait to be proven right on this.
Yeah, because I remember JJ looked over at me. He goes, "Oh, hey, they're remastering Crash Bandicoot."
They might have announced it after.
It literally says Crash Bandicoot makes a comeback with remastered PS4 trilogy.
Yeah,
Where? On your screen?
yeah. They might have said it after they announced the Skylanders thing.
Yeah, they probably
like in
did.
passing. But I didn't
You
care.
just weren't paying attention.
I was like, oh, Crash Bandicoot's coming to Skylanders. Fuck.
Horizon
I was
Zero
probably too
Dawn.
busy yelling about how I don't care about Skylanders.
Horizon Zero
Horizon.
Dawn, I would put a little bit more hype than God of War 4 at that press conference, only because they had like literal like here's how the game is played, and they had a boss fight.
That demo was sick. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love how each little you can hit the robot, take something from it, and then run. And she's just like trying to survive in that boss fight where it blew up the like little cabin.
Yeah, that demo was spectacular. That's going to be a great game to watch as well.
I think we
I'm
can.
ready for that game.
I think we can all agree that Sony nailed it this year.
Yep.
I think Sony and Microsoft both did well, and Nintendo just was like, "Hey guys, I'm here."
The only reason I would say Sony took it from Microsoft is because they focused on the games.
Yeah.
There were more
Microsoft
surprises,
was
too.
like, "Hey, check out our new hardware and
My-
blah blah blah," and like I don't.
I would give Microsoft like an 85% and Sony a 90%. But Microsoft was saved by the fact that they are doing the smart thing and releasing all their games on PC. That was what I was so excited about.
Yep, very very true.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 15 coming to PlayStation VR, which I heard is a complete dumpster.
Oh
fire.
yeah, it's just you're playing as Prompto.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Show.
Hey Mark, what'd you find out over there?
I found out that he said it in passing.
Okay, so he
Apology
said it though.
accepted.
So he said it.
That's probably when I was yelling about how I don't care about Skylanders.
Same with me. I was like, oh god.
They were just listening attentively.
Yeah, we didn't.
I
do a
was
good
watching
job.
HDTV while JJ was watching it on his phone, and he was just
Yeah,
relaying.
JJ
things to
told
me.
you, though.
Yeah, he was relaying things
Yeah.
to me.
That's not the same.
because
as-
I saw it when they announced
I'm
it.
not saying it.
Apology accepted.
Mark,
Ryan
we're-
knows what I was saying.
I know.
So I think those were the highlights from the main press conferences. Pretty cool stuff. Show. Why don't we get into a top 5 here?
Top five.
Top 5 from E3 2016. We're not going to worry about honorable mentions because we pretty much just went down the list on everything that was freaking there. So
Yep.
let's see. Who wants to start us off?
Brandon, because I want to call him out.
Brandon wants to start us off. Do it, buddy.
All right, the number 5 thing that I'm excited for from E3 is Skyrim Remastered. Shut up, Brian.
I'm not. I'm just gonna say this. If for those of you out there, if you'd like Skyrim Remastered and not want to pay $60 for it, you may download it right now during the Steam sale for $5, and then download the free mods that make it a remastered game.
Boom! PC.
The mods are coming to the console,
But you have to pay $60.
but then I would have to play on the PC.
Well, did they say it was going to be $60?
Okay,
they
We
didn't.
don't know.
granted.
Yeah.
Also, anyone who owns it on PC and has all the expansions gets it for free.
Yeah.
You know why they're doing that?
PC.
You know why they're doing that? Because they are using some of the mods that the community's created to help
Oh, really?
remaster.
Nice.
Yeah,
But then I'd have to play it on the PC.
that's so easier.
You can use the controller.
But then I'd have to play. But then where's the
PC.
achievements?
You can get achievements.
And how am I going to play it on my
Steam.
TV? Man, there's too
You
many
can hook
holes.
up your TV to the TV.
You can
Or crazy thought, I could just buy the remastered version.
No!
What?
PC.
Guys, I played it on PC. Did I get a high five? Yay!
Hey, man,
high five.
I'm allowed to be excited for this.
No, you're cool. I wanted to tease you a little
I
bit.
get it. I'm allowed to be excited. I'm really
No, you
looking
aren't.
because I'm excited to play through it with mods on the
looks
console.
good.
Yeah, the mods on the console's a cool thing, and I think it's gonna enhance the.
I mean, it's cool, but you gave up one of your top 5 spots for it.
Yeah, it was worth
Is
it.
he excited for it?
It was
I'll go
either
next.
that or the Crash Bandicoot remaster. I mean,
There you go.
One of the remasters was getting there.
I'll go next. My number 5 is Horizon Zero Dawn, but it shows up later on somebody else's. list. So we'll talk about it then.
You're next.
Mark, why don't you go next? Or Brian's next. Okay, sure.
I'm excited for Gwent. I love it. There's not much to say about it. It's a card game from the Witcher 3 game that they're retooling and coming to mobile and all that stuff. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna play it. And I'm gonna love it.
So your number 5 is a game from another game, and you're giving me crap about a remaster of a game.
Yes.
Touche, but mine is probably gonna be free.
To play.
You think?
Yeah, free to play, probably.
Pay to win.
Well, free to play.
Yeah, free to play.
Oh, we'll see.
I'm just saying.
My number 5 is Sea of Thieves, but it shows up on some lists later, so we'll talk about it then.
I was so disappointed in you.
It shouldn't be.
Brandon.
My number 4 is Horizon Zero Dawn, but it shows up later on someone else's list. So we'll talk about it then.
My number 4 is I Am Setsuna. I mean, this is the Chrono Trigger spiritual successor. I am super excited because I'm such a big Chrono Trigger fan, and I watched this game being played while we were out there at E3, and it literally looks just like the Chrono Trigger
Same
battle
combat,
system.
right?
Yeah, like dual techs and that kind of stuff, and the same turn-based like movement where your characters walk around the battlefield depending on what attacks you move and who you attacks you do and who you attack, and it just, old school throwback nostalgia. That's my number 4. I Am Setsuna.
Nice.
Can't wait to play it. Brian.
My number 4 is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, but it shows up on somebody else's list, so we'll talk about it then.
My number 4 is Dishonored 2, and it doesn't show up on anyone else's list.
Nope. Nobody else cares.
What? Oh my God.
It'd be my number 6. It's my number 6.
I mean,
But-
you guys know how much I liked the first game and how, even though Brian says I played it wrong, I still had a huge, oh my God. It was such a fun game.
It's okay if you played it wrong.
Sidebar: we actually talked to someone about your save scumming. Or
Who?
JJ
Who did you talk to about
Some
it?
We
random
did.
dude.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we did.
I don't care.
He was talking about it. He goes, I have a friend that, he did that save scumming thing and blah, blah, blah. I kind of was half listening, but it just reminded me of it. So thank you. Continue.
Was there any takeaway from that?
It's bad. Don't
He
do
wanted
it.
your name, and I wouldn't give it to him.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you protecting my identity. But yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. And you get to play as either Corvo or Emily.
Yeah, wow.
And I'm guessing you have the same power set for Corvo, and you have a brand new power set for Emily. So it's
can't
going to add
wait.
a lot of variety to the
I
game.
honestly can't wait to play it on
can't.
PC.
It looks so good. Play it on PC.
You guys.
Oh, boy. That was Mark. Brandon, number 3.
So my number 3 is Sea of Thieves, which I think we can talk about it now.
Yep, because it's also my number 3.
And Mark's number 5.
Yeah.
And Brian didn't put it on his list because he sucks.
I don't really know. I played Assassin's Creed 4 recently. Pirates.
It's not even the
Not
same.
even remotely
I
the
know,
same
but
thing.
like I got my fix of Pirates, so this one didn't.
It's not the same thing at all. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
It's really not.
It's Pirates.
So I want to explain. You guys played it, so you actually have a reason for being
Hey,
excited.
hey, Brian. Halo and Mass Effect are the same thing because they're both space.
They're both really fun sci-fi stories.
So anyway,
I love them both.
They're not the same, though.
But they're not the same.
Not the same.
Okay.
But they're
Okay,
similar.
but they're not the same.
Mark,
they're
I'm
similar.
listening.
JJ, remember when we played Pulsar?
I do.
And it was a really cool game where you're
Absolutely.
like controlling a spaceship, and it's a team of 5 people.
Yep.
And you have different jobs. You have to keep the spaceship going, and everything except for the lack of polish was exceptional about the game. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking to myself after that, if they made a AAA game with this concept, I would buy the crap out of that. And it feels like this is what that is.
Yeah.
We actually didn't bring it up, but there's a Star Trek VR game coming, too.
Oh, nice.
Which
Fun
is
fact.
just like that.
Hey, I wasn't saying it was the same game. I was saying that Assassin's Creed 4 is a Pirates-themed game, so I'm not super pumped for Pirates. I've got my fill of Pirates, is what I meant.
Basically, I mean, we've got a high quality cooperative multiplayer game that isn't just arena combat. And
Yeah.
so I'm really excited about that.
And-
And you're not locked into a job in this game either.
Oh, nice.
Anybody can do anything.
Oh yeah, because there was points like we were shooting the other ships, and like the guy who was driving the ship went down to fix something. I was like, oh my god, no one's steering the ship, so I had to run up and grab the steering wheel. And I'm like steering.
You can do power turns too.
Oh, yeah,
where like
e-brakes.
you
What?
drop the freaking anchor and your ship gets caught and like
Oh,
turns
my
really
God.
fast.
and you have to raise the
And
anchor.
you have to
really
run
quick.
All
up
right.
and raise the anchor as a team.
Oh,
Dude,
it's so cool.
It's raising up my hype list. One more
I know.
question: can you swab the poop deck?
I played a lute on the poop deck,
Well, if you can't
played
swab it,
an
and I
accordion.
drank on the poop deck.
if you can't swab the poop deck, what is even the point?
I played an accordion.
You make a good point,
Damn, that's pretty
Brian.
fun.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Why? Because
It
you can't swab poop
really
decks.
is so
That-
much fun.
The hearing that it's so polished and team oriented like that, that sounds amazing. It really does. It's popping up my list.
It's going to be a day one buy for me,
Cool.
for sure.
Cool.
You know what we actually didn't mention? We get to design our own Xbox controllers.
Oh my god, we totally did, and I got mine already.
You already got your controller?
Well, I didn't get it. No, I bought it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, so did I.
It won't come
say.
till September.
Go to the Microsoft website and look into designing your own Xbox controller. The price is
really-
pretty reasonable, and you get to literally like design all the colors for it.
That's
really
awesome.
Cool. So, and you can engrave your username into it,
Or whatever you want, really.
Yep.
I might sell my PC one, and does it work wirelessly with the dongle? I'm sure it does.
It's
I don't-
as far as I can tell, it's just a regular Xbox One controller.
I mean,
I'm doing that.
it's a regular Xbox.
That I'm doing
One
that because
controller.
they're all Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So that's my number 3, Brandon's number 3, and Mark's number 5. Sea of Thieves. Brian, number 3, sir.
My number 3 is Mass Effect Andromeda, which shows up on nobody's list here. You all are dead to me.
It's
This would've been
basically
my number
Halo.
6. I wanted to
So-
put this on my list.
It's not basically Halo. It's basically sci-fi adventure.
I'm just using your logic.
Isn't that what Halo is?
Yeah, they're both awesome.
So they're both the same.
They're similar in theme.
Yeah, but
Similar
I got
in
my
theme.
sci-fi fix.
Yeah,
from
That's
Halo, so
fair.
I don't need to play.
Fair enough. But for me, I'm a sci-fi freakazoid. I loved all the intrigue that the trailer brought to my attention. Like, oh, look, I see a tribal Asari. Like all this stuff, all these questions. Like, and the models look fantastic. Like the new Krogan, the facial. Like, because I will admit that throughout the Mass Effect games, they did have a pretty harsh uncanny valley feel to some of the characters when they're talking. They're now playing games like Uncharted 4 where the facial movement's almost like photorealistic. Going back and playing a Mass Effect game, you're like, "Ooh," but this kind of changed that, so the characters have more emotive ability, and I'm just super excited. You know, I'm a Mass Effect tard, so that's why I'm going to leave it there, drop the mic, walk off the stage, fall on my face.
Solid.
So Mass Effect Andromeda is my number 3.
Mark, number 3.
My number 3 is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was also on Brian's list.
Gonna play it on
Number
PC,
4.
yo!
Oh, we can't play it on PC.
Okay.
But I'm shocked it's not on JJ's list.
Yeah, I was actually surprised it wasn't on your list as well.
It's Zelda.
You said you
What?
stopped,
It's not just
you said
Zelda.
you never got through all of Skyward Sword, so maybe you having that Zelda fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a fan of the old school, original top-down Zelda. You know, that's why I liked Oracle of Seasons so much. That's why I
Right.
liked, or I played Oracle of Ages. But that's why I liked the Link to the Past so much. That's why I liked the other one,
3DS
Link Between
one.
Worlds.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of those. Not that these other ones are bad. Not that this game doesn't look spectacular, because it does. I just, it's Zelda.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty excited for it. I watched like a 30-minute video of IGN playing the game.
Yeah, that's what I watched the same video.
And it looks fantastic.
It really does. The open world aspect of Zelda can really be a boon if they do it right.
I think they said it's going to be like 120 square miles.
Which is
Hyrule
by far
huge.
which is by far
That's
you-
larger than the Witcher world.
Yeah, but you always have to take into account, like, is there a huge untraversable mountain range that's taking up a huge
that's-
block of that?
that's always possible.
So you
but
never
it
know.
looks like it's pretty big.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's got some things that are controversial, like weapon degradation. But
People were saying,
Oh, well.
that people were saying The Legend of Zelda Skyrim,
yeah,
basically.
basically, and I mean,
Right.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Zelda. I mean, I always crap on Nintendo for
And
not
the armor,
trying new things.
the armor changing, I think that was a big controversy too. Like, you can wear like full suits of armor.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's great. Nintendo needs to take risks, and that's what they're finally doing.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Can I go? Can I go?
Yep, Brandon and I have the same number 2 as well.
Can I go now? Okay, so Battlefield 1, right? So, okay. I don't usually play Battlefield. It's not on my list of shooters that I normally play, right? So JJ's like, well, let's go check out Battlefield. I'm like, okay, yeah, it looks kind of cool, right? So we go in, and they show us this video first while people are playing. So this video that we watch
It's like 20 minutes long.
is just incredible. Everything looks so good. Everything looks so crisp and clean, and like there's so much stuff to do. And like this new one, you can call him this Zeppelin, right? And it's like this huge like warship, and people can spawn on it and shoot turrets and things. So cool, right? So we go into play.
20 on 20.
20 on 20 at this E3
The game
demo.
is actually going to be, I think,
What'd they say?
64 players, so
Yes.
32 on 32.
32 on 32.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
So it's control the points, ABC, right? So we spawn in. You know, I spawn in as a couple of classes. I'm just playing around. I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. What sold me on the game is I go to point A. I'll never forget this. I go to point A. I kill 3 different people by myself while I'm doing this, right? As I kill the third person, I take the point, I turn around as the Zeppelin that we had crashed down in front of me and burst into flames. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Guess who was on that Zeppelin when it crashed?
JJ was on the Zeppelin when it
That
crashed.
was me.
Going down in flames.
So like, that was kind of the bad part because everyone was on the Zeppelin because they wanted to all try it out. So that's why I'm trying to hold points by myself. And like, I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And then it just crashed in front of me. It was just, it
So
was
basically,
beautiful.
like the way it worked is you spawn. It's squad based as well, so you can spawn near your. And nobody played in squads. We did.
I mean,
Everybody
it
just spread
plays
out
like
and
the
ran.
other Battlefields. It's squad.
Right, yeah, right.
It's big maps. I mean, it's just it's for the Great War. So like it's old school.
Right.
Biplanes. I mean, it's just
I spent half the time on the Zeppelin on one of the turrets shooting down other planes, but I was like, it tells you if you like kill the co-pilot. Like, so I killed a couple of co-pilots without even taking the plane down and just knocked them out. And then I also like I would see bullets coming from the ground, so I'd start shooting down there, and I would take out anti-aircraft guns from up in the sky.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then running around on the ground, you have tanks, you've got trucks, you've got freaking, and all these things have like multiple seats in them, so people can join you and whatnot. I mean, it was just,
it was
it
fantastic.
was mind blowing. It really was. And like I said, they wouldn't let us take any pictures or any video or anything like that. And it was just this big 20 on 20 battle, and we had a huge.
Oh,
it was a blast.
so much
That's
fun.
fun.
15 minutes is how much we had to play of it.
That's fun.
It was-
This was, and leading up to it, we were like, we'll check out Battlefield. And after that, both of us agreed that was our game of the entire show.
that we played. and saw.
Not our number one, obviously.
Right.
But that we played, that was the best game that we played. There,
Awesome.
hands down.
Easily.
And we're both getting an Xbox
Oh, yeah.
One when it comes out.
For sure.
So, because I think we'll spend a lot of time with that.
I believe
Ah,
so.
So much fun.
Oh my God, I loved it. I loved every second of it.
So, really, really, really looking forward to Battlefield 1.
That's fun.
When it comes out. So, good stuff. And again, what's crazy is I guarantee you if I had not played it, that wouldn't even be on my list
Correct.
right now.
Yeah.
Right. It
It
was-
would not even. I would just be like, oh, another Battlefield game.
I just always
cool.
marvel at how good those games look. Like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, obviously, Battlefront. Always just that Frostbite engine is something to behold.
So, and you guys, if you get it on PC, you should be able to play with us. Just saying.
we can
Just
play it on
saying.
PC.
Yes, that's another thing that's
Crossplay.
amazing that they're doing because now we can play games together. I can't wait.
But you won't be able to talk to us on the headsets.
That's okay. You guys will know Unani.
I actually don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that. I don't want PC players on my consoles.
Oh. You got PC on my console.
That's true.
I don't want that.
I understand
That's
the first-person shooter argument. I do.
Yeah, I
But
don't want it.
I want it.
I don't.
Why don't you want it?
We'll see what happens.
Mouse and keyboard.
Clearly,
Does
mouse and keyboard's
better?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that at all. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
Brandon says that all the time.
I say it all the time. I just prefer playing with a controller because I've never played a shooter on a PC in
Yeah.
my life. I'm too old to learn.
I'll be interested how that works.
Brian, number 2.
My number 2 is Horizon Zero Dawn,
It's my number 5, and Brandon's number 4 as well.
and not on Mark's list
Mark's
at
list.
all.
Yep.
Why not?
Again, he went to go poop while the
I
demo
saw
was
it.
being played.
Mark,
Looks good.
You clearly didn't see it because it's not on your list.
you could have easily bumped Sea of Thieves off to number 6 and put Horizon Zero
could have
Dawn
easily
at number 5.
bumped
I was not going to bump Sea of Thieves off.
You could have easily bumped your number 1 off the list entirely.
Nope.
To be fair, The Last Guardian isn't on my list, so
Spoiler
you
I don't
alert.
care.
Way to spoil it, Brian.
Spoiler
Way
alert.
to
That's
go.
why I didn't say the game.
it.
I said
Wow.
overall.
Darn
Go.
it! Darn it! Spoiler alert!
Go on with your story.
Spoiler alert! Go back in time and mute it. Just the
Horizon
demo.
Zero Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it before.
Go check out the gameplay demo they did, where they did a little boss fight, and you will
go poop.
go poop.
I can't wait for that game.
Oh my gosh, it looks so smooth, and
Yep.
on top of how good it looks, the story is so intriguing.
Yeah, it's one of those where you're like, I want to know how this is happening.
Yeah.
And what's going on.
I don't.
But what's funny is they had everything. They had the huge action that blowing up the huge
Yeah.
the little shack there, and then they had like the intrigue for me as well.
Little
Frieza in
something
his
for
second
everyone.
form never fought Captain Ginyu.
I'm pretty sure you just said a bunch of words that don't make any sense at all. Are you having a stroke, sir?
Xenoverse 2, by the way. Really want to play that when it comes out.
Yes,
I'm gonna fight
Have you seen the
Frieza
character?
as
They just
Frieza.
came out with the character list on
No.
the known character list. Yeah, it's on.
Oh, I'm going to check it out later.
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, it's that we're fighting Goku. I better pick Goku.
Well, nope. Yeah, you can't do that.
We're fighting Cell. I better pick Cell.
It's gotta have fun, man. That's what it's all about.
It's not right. It's not right.
It's not canon.
It's about fun.
All right, Mark, what's your number 2?
So my number 2 is God of War. It's also on some other people's lists, so we'll talk about it after that.
Why don't you talk about it right now? Because it's Brandon's number 1 and Brian's number 1.
The God of War 4 is the best. Is the Destiny.
Okay, so let me put it this. I put it number 1 on my list, right?
Mhm.
I have cautions about it because I
course.
loved the free roam camera action sequence
Right.
game. Like that's what I like about the series.
Agreed.
The fact that this is not that, it's over the shoulder type. I feel like I don't know.
It looks awesome, but there are, like you said, okay, they're changing the formula up a bit.
Changing the formula to the flavor of the month, which I'm not happy
Yeah.
about.
The Last of Us,
But it
feel,
looks like
yeah.
they're doing it well.
That's
Correct.
why I still put it in my number 1,
Yeah.
but I'm cautious.
cautiously optimistic. I like it.
Correct.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like, oh look, another franchise that's being turned into an open world game.
It's the flavor of the
Flavor of the month.
Well, the flavor
But it
of
looks
the
so good.
future. It's how, yeah, it does. And
I don't care if you do something cliched if you do it
Here-
really well.
here's the cool thing. The thing about the series that's so cool is the over the top. The over the top. I just want to see how they portray the Asgardian gods,
Yeah,
as
that'd be
opposed
really
to
cool.
the Greek gods and goddesses. I would love to see like a, because typically, you guys ever notice like typically Asgardian gods are seen as like almost more like advanced, like armor, shining armor, and then the Greek gods are more like togas, and there's
Yeah.
there's a very different flavor to each. So I'm
Sure.
extremely excited to dive into the world of Norse mythology and see how it is explored, similar to how Greek mythology was. Obviously, it's going to be comic bookerized. I don't know the proper term for that, and it's going to be over the top. But it's just there's so much, and Kratos has a son now that he's teaching, and he's still a hard ass Kratos too.
You know,
'cause he
you
was
think
like,
Kratos would know better than to have a son.
but it's so funny because I was like, oh, he's got a son that's going to really like, because he had children before. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But then when he was like a hard ass to him, like, get over here, like I was like, oh yes, okay, it's Kratos.
So is like, I'm pretty sure. Spoiler alert for anyone who
Yeah.
hasn't played God of War 3. Spoiler
Right.
following. So didn't Kratos die?
So yes, and I was in the same boat you were. I was like, okay, I know he traveled north, but let's see if some fans have some theories as to how it happened. So the theory is that what you were experiencing in God of War, he was a god at that point. He'd been in God of War 2, he'd become the God of War.
Right.
So he got the powers of Olympus, right?
Right.
That last scene was his godhood dying, because remember it was revealed that he was to bring about chaos
Yeah.
to that world. So that was all of his like supernatural power, and because obviously in the new trailer he's not a god, he can't do anything.
No,
He's not.
yeah.
He's just a man.
I mean, he has a
he
Spartan
has
rage,
he has
but
he has powers, but not
Not his god
not
powers.
god powers like he did. So that was the theory, is that was showing the end of his he destroyed Olympus, so therefore he could no longer wield the powers of Olympus. So it was stripped from him, and he died as a god. It's really loose right now. We'll have to see. And it could just be a spiritual successor. You never know.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard to be a spiritual successor
When
the
it's
main
literally
character.
Kratos. Yeah.
exactly.
I know.
So okay, fair enough.
It looks
All right.
cool. That's why I put it on my list.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. My number one is Final Fantasy 15.
It's on my top 10 for sure.
Again, if I had not played it, it probably wouldn't. I mean, it might still be on my list, but it wouldn't be this high up. And Brandon actually watched me play the demo. I think I did a little better than the guy in the Microsoft.
Yeah, just a little bit. just a little bit.
So here's the thing. Like, my biggest worry beforehand was the battle system and the controls for it.
Right.
Because, we played and the warping was crazy and it's just really hard to target where you're trying to warp to and just wonky and it didn't feel right. When I played this, when I was walking around fighting just the little tiny dudes, the battle system felt super sweet, felt super intuitive, worked wonderful. It worked like the like when in the demo with Carbuncle when you're a kid, when it's like way easier.
Yep.
As opposed to when you're warping around and crap as the adult. When it actually got to the Titan fight, that's when I honestly did not know what the heck I was doing. That's why I have a little bit of sympathy for the guy on the stage, which I still probably shouldn't because if they're developing a game like that, that's ridiculous.
Right.
It was essentially just a quick time event from what I could gather, but I was still doing stuff on top of the quick time event, I think. So I'm really not 100% sure how I even beat it, but I did. I smoked the thing.
Boom.
One of the things that they added, though, is some sort of a setting that you can do, and they showed this at a little side viewing of the game, and this guy was demoing one of the new summons, and then, Titan, and which the Titan summon looks ridiculous. So basically, they have it to where when you're going to warp, you can change a setting to where as soon as you select it, your screen will freeze. And then you can select and cycle through.
I'm definitely turning that setting on,
which will be super helpful, right?
It'll almost be like bullet time, but for warping.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then as soon as you do, you go there, and then it just starts right back up again, right where you were.
Oh, that's
and whatnot.
amazing.
So that's like a million, like that cleared my mind, and I was like,
Right.
thank God, because it would not be able to. And you don't have to, if you want to try and do it the hard way.
The Twitch gaming way.
By all means, go for it. But it was not easy. So that kind of really sold me. And then just playing it and actually getting my hands on it, and they've just really polished it up. And I think they're really listening to what people are saying about it. So my excitement for this game has increased tenfold.
I went and pre-ordered it, in fact, after seeing all the videos and the Titan Summon and all that fun stuff. So I don't pre-order games. The last one I pre-ordered was Uncharted 4, and I thought that was going to be it. But then when I saw how good Final Fantasy 15 was looking, I just went and put the remainder of the Xbox One money towards it. I was like, I got $40 left. Let's pre-order Final Fantasy 15.
I had a blast.
Yeah,
and not much else to say.
And I could have bought Overwatch loot boxes, but I didn't.
You did.
Well, I did about 40, but I could have bought another $40 worth.
More.
Yeah, I could have bought 100 loot boxes instead of 50.
Oh,
I didn't do it. I bought Final Fantasy 15 because it looks amazing.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Mark, number one.
My number one is The Last Guardian.
All right, and that's all for our top 5.
And
Hey, thank you. Have a good day.
I was going to say that I've talked about this game plenty on the show. And you all know what it's about. It's Team Ico. They're super artistic. It's going to be great. It's an art game. And the reason it's my number one is because 2 years ago, I didn't think this was even going to happen.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
It's not the most anticipated game I have on my list, but it's the best surprise from E3.
They had an interactive giant board. You can interact with the little dog thing at E3. Did I send you the pictures?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I saw it on some videos.
yeah. You could go up and touch it, and it would come.
Oh,
out
wait,
and stuff.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It was kind of cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. The end.
All right. There we have it, E3 2016.
Woo!
I think we covered quite a bit.
There was a lot to cover.
Had a lot of fun. Brandon and I had a great time.
Man, I had a great time. Thanks for letting me go. I
Good
appreciate
stuff.
it.
Hey, man, thank you for coming with me because I would have been scared out of my pants to go alone. So, contributor question for episode number 91 is going to be: when it comes to graphics, do you prefer realism to a unique visual style?
Man, that's a good question. I might have to do a contributor answer for that.
There you go.
I can definitely tell you my answer right now, but I'm not going to do it because you're going to have to tune in next week.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
Or next
2
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
Next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks, and then you get to buy easy.
And also we had to, because it's 4th of July weekend, we're also delaying the episode for the book club as well another week. So that will be out. Yeah, not now. It'll be out at some point.
It'll be out
but it'll
in the
be out
future.
this month, next month. So
Cool.
plus Mark's taking forever to play the game. So
I mean, I'll have it done when it needs to be done. I didn't fail you for the first half.
you didn't. Thank God for 3 times speed.
All
All
That's
right.
why I agreed.
With that, I think that's all I got. Anybody have anything else to say about E3 or this episode or anything like that?
No, man.
I'm good. I think we covered it.
Steam sale.
Steam
Oh
sales
yes,
going on.
I already bought 6 games, but that's my budget. I had a $100 budget, and Doom took up most of that. So, but
What-
still,
Yep.
What's your backlog at right now? Like 572 games?
no. Actually, it's 200. I think right around 200.
I
That's it?
bought 6 games and spent 30.
Well, Doom alone was 35. So
Yeah,
the rest of my games were pretty.
It's a good.
I know
deal.
I'm not going to play
Yeah.
that for way longer down the line.
I'm
I
so
didn't
excited.
buy
I'm
it.
going to play it as soon as I get done with Witcher. Seriously,
It's relatively short, right?
no.
Oh,
I mean, it's long. It's short for a
a single
RPG,
playthrough, but
it's short for an RPG, but it's really long for a first-person shooter.
oh,
I got to play Star Ocean next week. That's what I'll be doing.
Hold on. Ooh, oh God, I need to go. I need to watch either you or my brother play that.
Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. All right, well, then with that, this is the Frozen North signing off for episode number 90. I want to thank my buddy Brandon for joining us again today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. I like talking about E3.
Yeah, that's like having Brandon around.
I mean, I
Tony.
like that too.
My name is JJ.
my name's Mark.
And I'm Brandon.
And as always, Brandon, what?
Keep on gaming.
Our theme song was made available through the Creative Commons Attribution license by Ziphoid. The song title is Radical Fanfare.